Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Is the lighting okay? Should I be brighter?
What was that?
Should I have more light?
No, you look fine. I like the background. I like the painting.
Thanks.
So welcome to Jade Catta-Preta, part 2 on the Steebee Weebee.
Part 3.
Oh, part 3 on the Steebee Weebee Zoom series edition. A toast to you booking the soup. This is to the soup.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, this is to the soup. I'm very proud of you.
What is that?
This is Waterloo sparkling water.
Yummy.
Blueberry. What are you drinking?
This is a Prosecco from Trader Joe's.
Okay, so shout out to Trader Joe's and the Proseccos. I wanted to first talk about Cheryl.
You want me to get her?
You could get her if you want.
Your puppy. I forget your puppy's name.
Cheryl. Hi. Okay. So before before I start going into it, you didn't have Cheryl back when I had Kirby.
No.
Okay, I want to hear Cheryl's story.
Well, Cheryl used to belong to Benji Aflalo, our friend who's a comic.
Okay, shout out to Benji.
And then when I lived with him, Cheryl and I fell in love. We started going on walks every day, and it helped me because I was very depressed at the time. And then we started snuggling, and we started snuggling naked, and I was like, it's over. She's my dog now.
That's how fast it was?
She fell in love with me, and then Benji would be like, come to bed, and she'd be like, and she would come to bed with me, and he was like, you're taking Cheryl, aren't you? And I was like, yep, she's my dog now.
What breed of dog is Cheryl?
Chihuahua mini pincher.
She's so cute.
She loves you. She misses you.
How is Cheryl with other dogs?
She has a little bit of leash aggression, but she really likes certain types of dogs. You know that she got a little sassy with your dog.
With Kirby?
She has a thing for white furry dogs. That's a thing. She's out to get them. She's like, not in my neighborhood.
How old is Cheryl?
7 or 6. 6 or 7. They don't know.
How did you potty train her?
She already came potty trained. She has a doggy door. Look how cool this is. I have a balcony.
Oh, wow.
Right there.
Damn, your place is dope.
Thanks. My coffee table's off to the side because I've been doing a lot of Zumba.
Let's talk about that place. How long have you lived there? That is dope.
That's my drawer. Let me close this.
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 years.
Okay. Where were you living before that place?
With Nick at our house.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Now, are you guys cool?
Yeah, we're cool.
Okay. I want to talk about, because you're killing it right now. I was driving down Sunset Boulevard with my girlfriend, and I looked to my right, and you're on this skyscraper of a building, the soup ad, and with just you on it. Can we talk about that process of how that came to be?
It was very exciting because I think it was my birthday, and they all called me. And they were like, Jade, we got you something really special. And I was like, oh, you guys didn't have to get me anything. They're like, we got you a billboard on Sunset. And I was like, oh my God, give it to me. And then it was so fun, like getting to pick what I was going to wear. I picked very high-waisted crotch pants, so my vagina looks very large on Sunset. And yeah, it's such a moment for me because it's also by the Comedy Store. And it's by Joe's Pizza, where I used to go and get like really cheap pizza because it's all I could afford for food. So it's a really like nice circle of life moment.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, you're on a billboard. You used to eat Joe's Pizza. How has your lifestyle changed since the soup?
Nothing at all. I still eat Joe's Pizza. No, it's been cool. I mean, it sucks because, of course, everything that's happening, like I felt like I just got into rhythm and then it's like, now we're paused. But it was like very validating and it was very sweet. And it was supposed to be taken down in March, but because of the quarantine, it's still up. So that's
so cool. I want to know about the auditioning process for the soup.
Ooh, okay. You know how it is. No, I actually got really lucky because I think I told you that I did a pilot with Nick Cannon earlier in the year.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. And
Yeah.
Company Incredible is really cool. And they really helped me. They wanted to like really highlight me in this pilot. And it was basically my audition tape for the soup. Like it was very similar. And then I got a test for the soup. And I remember seeing the logo behind me for the first time. And I was such a fan of the show growing up. I was like, and I started just crying after the audition. One of the executives hugged me. I was like, it's just so exciting. It just feels so real. She was like, it does feel real. And then I found out in June, and then I wasn't allowed to tell anybody until October. So I never left the house. I was so scared that people would find out and I would get in trouble. But it was exciting. The announcement was at the People's Choice Awards. Everybody was there. It was like just such a cool moment.
That's so cool.
Have you been in your little apartment by yourself?
No, I have my intern Ren doing audio. We have the Zoom.
Ren?
What was that?
Ren?
Ren, yeah, my intern Ren.
What's up?
And so I'm basically trying. I'm kind of nervous because you're my first Zoom interview, and I would rather interview people in person, but I'm kind of getting with the times.
But this is good for you to have this as a choice because people are still freaked out. Like I haven't really done anything.
So what are your thoughts? How has the quarantine affected you in like your lifestyle?
It's been weird to slow down so intensely because, as you know, I'm like Bobby. It's very hard for me to say no to anything. I was getting so much momentum from the soup, so I was kind of nonstop. I wasn't eating very well. I wasn't sleeping very well. I was very stressed out, and this has given me a chance to kind of slow down. Like I've been working out a lot and eating well, and it's been like a nice kind of, I don't know. And nobody could have gotten me to do this if they were just like, don't do shows for like 2 weeks. I'd be like, no way. Like, don't do shows for 2 months. I'd be like, so cute, you know?
Right. How has your...
By the way, I have to stop you because you're so cute at asking all these questions via Zoom. Even for after Zoom. I love it. You're like, okay, I have a question.
How has it affected your stand-up? How are stand-up comedians getting by with this quarantine?
We are not, I mean, look, there's people doing Zoom stand-up shows and not for me, dude. Like if you're going to ask me to do a Zoom comedy show, I can already tell you the answer is absolutely not.
What is a Zoom comedy show? What's that like? Describe that.
I haven't done one because I refuse to, but it's basically what we're doing, but with stand-up and people watching. And I've understood finally from this break that so much of what I like to do about stand-up is like connect with people and be with people in a room and like make fun of people and so I don't really get off on just like writing jokes.
Right. So they're performing in their apartments and their houses, and then what about the live audience aspect of stand-up?
People come on and watch. Like I actually like Instagram Live because that's pretty exciting seeing everybody come on, and then you're like, whoa, you know, like interacting, people are asking questions, and there is something so like personal about what's going on, and like being able to like, you're in my house, you know, that's very personal, and I like that aspect of it. But I also feel like there's this desperation of like needing to continue in the speed that we were going, which doesn't exist anymore. And I think people like, it might be nice for people to use this as a time to like sort of reflect and like you can still create content, but I think it's a falsity to like try to do a Zoom. It's so cheesy. I don't want to do it. But I just did Controlled Chaos with Josh Wolf, his show like an hour ago.
Oh, you did? And what's that show like?
It's really fun because it's like this, but it's a panel show. And so we're all on Zoom, and then he has games that you play. So he'll like play the game. What?
What kind of games?
Like improv choice games. So he'll go like, okay, if you could watch one reality show, what would it be? And then they have 4 choices and they're all like funny, and you have to give a funny answer, and then Josh picks who the winner is.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
That's a fun way to pick your nose.
What, like this?
No, like with this, like, or you go like this, like you're doing
I get boogers and dry skin a lot. I get boogers and dry skin a lot on the inside of my nose, and they look like it's like flaky skin on the inside of my nose, and I used to have a problem down there with the same problem.
Oh no, dry skin.
Yeah, dry skin. So now I have to moisturize a lot.
I get it.
My ex-girlfriend Amy, one of the reasons why she broke up with me is because my scrotum would flake skin in her sheets. And so when we're having a fight, it was our final fight, and she's like, "You see what I have to deal with?" And she went like this. And these are her bed sheets, and then it was just
flakes.
It was just like a whole like snow flakes. Like it was like in slow motion. You could see all of my skin, my nut skin, going up, like the sun was coming through the window. Everything.
You're driving. Oh, what is this?
Yeah. So I learned that because she used to try to warn me and say, "Babe, you should take hotter showers and moisturize and stuff." Like in hindsight, now I know she was trying to get me to practice better hygiene.
Right. I get it. I have kind of sensy skin, like on my butt. I have this one mark on my crack, actually, that I have kind of sensy skin that I get like dry skin there. And my
flake though? Does it flake?
If I let it get there, but I'd never let it get there because I always put like creams on it. Like I have a lot of different creams for a lot of different parts.
Yeah, I use coconut oil is good. So that's good if you put coconut oil on it. I'm sorry for bringing that up. I
feel like the visual of this, like I'll never forget that.
You'll never forget that.
But guys don't know that kind of stuff as much, they just like nobody really teaches them like.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So how do females like figure that out? Like, do you guys like, is that what you talk in text about?
Yeah, we do talk about like hygiene stuff a lot. Also, you always had like a mom or an aunt or like or a sibling that was always like, "Hey, you gotta put some coconut oil on your sack," and you're like, "Got it."
Yeah. So did you ever? As far as your past boyfriends, did they ever suffer something that what I described?
No, I never had.
Thanks for doing this. You're really making my night.
I know, this is so funny. No, I've never had dry. There's always, there's always stuff we do.
Yeah. So I noticed a guy at the very beginning. Who's the lucky guy at the very beginning?
There's no guy.
Huh?
What guy?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I just saw something real quick. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, yeah. We don't talk about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The ghost. So that okay. Now I'm putting it together. Okay, because you're like, okay, it's a friend. So what's in the future as far as like how is this going to affect like the stand-up community? How long do you think this quarantine is going to last?
It's a bummer because everything's on pause. Obviously, like we're trying to still flatten the curve and like things are slowly opening. Did you read about the mayor opening stuff up on Friday?
No.
Yeah, so there's going to be like non-essential businesses that are going to be opening on Friday. They're going to be like haircut places, like florists, some restaurants, and it's just about seeing how people are going to react to that and if they're going to be like we went to the beach the other day to see the bioluminescence. We can help ourselves.
Oh wow,
it was so trippy. Yeah, it was so cool, but like there were groups of people that were too large to be at the beach, so that's kind of a bummer. It's like people take advantage of just a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like stand-up is going to take a while to kind of get back into rhythm because I think people are going to be like, I don't want to touch my mouth to a mic already.
You missed the Comedy Store?
So much. Like I was just doing that show with Josh and I just miss like the camaraderie of seeing them because as much as we like maybe don't hang out on the weekends or anything, we see each other every night almost, so these are like kind of our family and friends, and we don't all necessarily like talk on the phone or text or whatever, but like I miss just like laughing and being with my funny friends, and I'm kind of getting antsy. Like I want to know what's going on. I kind of need to start to be a little bit more creative, I think.
Are you reading like conspiracy theories behind it, like about 5G and like.
Yeah, I listened to this 5G thing and I freaked out actually, and then it was so stupid, but I fell for it. I was like, this makes sense.
Like, let's talk about like what's scary about it to you?
It made me scared because when they explained how it was like our bodies fighting off a virus, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But there's a lot of things that did, like all the countries that had it, and like, and then the whole thing, like Bill Gates knowing about it, and like the whole new type of currency that's supposed to control the universe.
Right. And then they're saying that this universal vaccine is gonna like, if we get it, it's gonna have like nanite technology.
It'll like trace us
to pump out the 60 gigahertz frequency to stop, and it could stop us from breathing. Like from like.
That can't be true, Steve.
I know. I'm just telling you what's out there. It's scary stuff. It's like a sci-fi. It's like a sci-fi movie or something.
How many movies do you think are going to come out right after this that are going to be like quarantine storylines of like people being trapped together and like figuring out love and like.
Well, Contagion. I noticed Contagion was out on like Netflix, like when it started like popping off.
Oh yeah, everybody's like watching Contagion, dude.
Yeah. So what? Well, yeah, that's a good topic. Since you're at home, what kinds of things have you been watching? We just watched all through, like we're basically finished with Hollywood on Netflix. It just came out. It's so good. I'm gonna write that down. What's it called?
Hollywood on Netflix. And then also my other favorite thing is called What We Do in the Shadows. Have you seen that movie?
No, you're the second person to tell me about that.
It has everything you like. It's like The Office, but with vampires.
What's it called?
What We Do in the Shadows. I'll send you the link for it right now, okay, honey?
Yeah.
And also the movie, the show version of it is so funny. It's so good. It's about these vampires that live in modern day in Staten Island.
Oh, that's so awesome.
But it's done like The Office, so they're like always breaking. Like there's a documentary crew.
Yeah.
And then we also got into some old Disney movies that are really funny. Like we watched Brink.
Oh, I've never seen
like
that
school
one.
skaters versus these like sponsored skaters, and it's like a kids movie from the 90s, but we were so into it.
So is this all on Netflix?
I'm sending you the link to What We Do in the Shadows, and then Brink is on Disney Plus. Oh, and the Michael Jordan documentary is really good.
You know, my girl saw that with her family, and she really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not all the way done. I think there's more coming out.
Yeah.
But I just sent you the link. I'm obsessed. It's the guy from Flight of the Conchords that does What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that's so cool. So is it horror or is it comedy?
Comedy. 100.
It's
look.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's awesome.
It's so funny. I'm so jealous of it. I wish I wrote it.
Let's talk about writing. Have you since we're quarantined, have you been writing more? Jade.
I've never fucked off, Steve. I've never been able to just
got the mind for it. What's the excuse? I
have ideas. I have things that I've been working on. We actually were filming the soup from my house for a while, like little soup segments for a while. And then I don't know. I've been really like what I do most of the day is work out. I'm in the best shape I've ever been. That's why I was showing
go through a typical day of Jade Catta-Preta during quarantine.
Right. It's hard to get up because I'm kind of lazy in the morning. I take Cheryl on a little walk, and then I do 10 a.m. Zumba class on Zoom.
Okay.
It's me and a bunch of like 50-year-olds doing Zoom.
Okay.
I've been going to the same Zoom guy for like 8 years, so it's very exciting. Hector, like just this guy, like he's so happy. He's like,
yeah,
you know.
And then I'm in your apartment.
Yeah, like that's why it's all empty right here because I just do Zumba.
Oh, that's your workout area.
Yeah. And then I have a chain with a bunch of girls that do, like are hardcore workout girls, and it's called Lockdown Ladies. I do like an hour to 2 hours of like circuit training.
Yeah.
And then I'll finally eat around 1. I like really take my time making my meal.
Let's talk about your meal. What have you been eating? What have you been preparing?
I've been cheating this week because I have a friend visiting, but I usually do no cheese or sugar during the week, and I only eat from 1 to 9.
No cheese, no
fasting.
How are you doing that?
now that I've been cheating, it's going to be hard getting back into it, but it got easy. I was like, this is fine. I eat a lot of nutritional yeast.
Yeah.
Substitutes.
That's so cool. And then, so what time do you usually get to bed?
Early. I've been sleeping I've been actually just like the healthiest I've ever been. What about you? What are you doing? What's your day?
What time I wake up?
What time?
Sometimes 8 p.m.
Stop. Are you all over the place, just like sleeping whenever? Like,
it's getting to me, I think, this quarantine.
You got to have more of a schedule, because I think that like it starts to get lucid and you don't know what's what, and you're like, ugh, like.
Sometimes I don't sleep till like 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Puppy, we got to get you got to have something that you do every day.
I'm frustrated because I want to see my girlfriend.
Well, why can't you see her?
Because her family's not allowing me to, because they're on family quarantine in Walnut.
So if she sees you, then she can't see them for like 2 weeks. Is that it?
She lives with them though.
That's very frustrating.
So I FaceTime her every night.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it.
And they drop me off supplies, like they've dropped off masks and gloves and like a big bag of rice. But I couldn't see her like
racist.
over, so I couldn't hug her or anything.
Oh my God! So when's the last time you saw her?
She came like last week, but she was with her father.
Oh my God! This is like Romeo and Juliet, but not.
I know. I think it's weighing on me now because I'm frustrated that I can't like the intimacy is missing, like the touching.
Right, but okay. How about this though? If you did see her, then she could just stay with you for 2 weeks, and if you guys didn't have any symptoms, she would be safe to go back and see her family. Could you live with her in one room?
Because they're scared of Hollywood. I think they're like sketched out with Hollywood. Because even my grocery store, the Rock and Roll Ralph's,
a bunch of people are sick there.
Like there was a breakout there. And I used to frequent that place all the time.
Oh man, I heard about Rock and Roll Ralph's. That used to be my grocery store too.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's open 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I heard about that. I heard that there was something like 40 people that got sick that work there or something crazy like that.
Yeah. So now I have to go to the one on La Brea.
Babe, why don't you just do Instacart?
What is that?
They deliver groceries to you.
Oh God, really?
Ren, can you look that up for him?
Oh, Ren, can you look that up for me, please? Thank you.
Yeah, Instacart. I really never really go to the grocery store. I get almost everything delivered to my door, and then I clean it up and put it in my fridge.
That's what you do, and then they just drop it off right at your door?
Literally right at your door. And you can do Postmates for that too, Instacart, Instant Delivery. There's like a bunch of different, Amazon does it for 365.
You know what? I forgot that I could get food delivered to me.
Yeah, don't go to those grocery stores in Hollywood anymore. You got to start with that. And then load up.
You can't go unless you have a mask and gloves and stuff. You can't even go to 7-Eleven.
Even if you do that, you're still risking it, My doctor said the gloves don't do anything.
Huh?
My doctor was like, the gloves are useless. Like,
then why is everyone wearing them?
Just because it's an extra safety, I mean,
right.
It doesn't hurt, but I know that it doesn't fully protect you.
Yeah. Have you talked to Bobby and Kalila in a while?
I haven't. I reached out to George and I was like, let me do the podcast. I'm bored.
Yeah. They they're doing this format. They're doing Zoom.
Oh, I know. But have you seen Bob at all? Why don't you go and stay with them?
I'm not allowed to. So I can't even see my brother.
That's a bummer.
Everyone's freaked out right now.
Everyone is freaked out right now.
I want to end it. I mean, we're not going to end now, but we're because I wanted to make this like a shorter podcast, like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So we have about 10, 20 minutes left. I want you to talk about your top 5 stories with my brother, whether it's opening for him in the green room, just like your history with my brother Bob.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, that last time that we went on the road, the very last time we went on the road together, I was filming my documentary.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I filmed a documentary that I never sold or haven't sold yet about me going back to Brazil for the first time after like 19 years.
Yeah.
And we filmed all this stuff with Bob that I had never seen. And I just saw the footage for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
How was
And
it?
it was really touching, actually. It was really beautiful. I'll send it to you. It was just like, he revealed a lot about your guys' dad. I'm sorry about your dad, by the way. I don't know if I've talked to you. But he like talked all this stuff about your dad and how he like didn't really have any confidence like in the way he spoke to people, and like how much stand-up helped him, and like how he saw something. It was just really emotional. He was like, I saw something in her. And it was just so like cool to see, because he, you know, Bob can be a little bit hard on the outside, but also the last time I did his podcast, he told me all this great stuff and how he's been, you know, very mindful and all this stuff. And he got really sweet. And then I was like, oh, you're so sweet. And he was like, fuck you. I was like, fuck you too. And I was like, okay, we're back. But yeah, I have a lot of weird little stories, but I feel like I've told you.
I think there's like more stories that I don't know. Like, what
Really?
about like you, all the times you've opened for him and all the places you guys have been and all that?
It's so crazy thinking about all the different places that we've been. I always remember going to Schaumburg because it was such a weird town.
What is Schaumburg?
Illinois. It's like right outside of Chicago. And it's a huge venue. Nobody sells it out like Bobby. Like, it's very hard to sell out. It's like 700 something people, but the guy Toni loves him there, and I love going there with him. And like, it was funny because they put our rooms next to each other, and you know, Bob has a weird sleeping schedule like you. You guys are like weird zombies.
Yeah.
And I was like drying my hair once listening to music, and I didn't know our rooms were next to each other. And it was like 12:30 or 1, and I was like blow drying my hair, like singing, and he was like, shut up, please stop. He was like, I'll give you money if you stop. And I was like, Bob, where are you coming from? And it was one of those like connecting, you know, rooms. So I kept him up. I was like, come to the mall with me. And he was like, no. And I was like, come to the mall with me. I'm always
what I just realized is you're like a sister to him.
Oh my God, stop. You're going to make me emotional. You're so cute.
But you know what I'm saying? The way like your relationship has been with my brother, he's like always looked out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was the last time we hung out was actually very sweet. It was like him congratulating me and talking about the soup and making such a big deal. It was really
He was so proud of you. Like the way he talks about you now is like, and the way, let me just tell you something. In the past, the way he talked about you is, wait, you just wait, Steve. She's gonna blow the fuck up. Just wait. Like out of anybody, he would be like, had faith in you, and look, it happened. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know if it happened yet. I feel like I just got my foot in the door.
With the soup?
You know? Yeah, like I feel like I was just starting to get going. Of course, like I still have the full hope that it'll go back and then we'll come back, but it is hard to like having built up for that moment for my entire career and then finally getting it, and then this kind of happens, and it's a little discouraging, but it's also like building me up to like I'm really ready, like mentally now and physically, and like I'm in a better space, and so I just can't wait to get started again. Like I'm like hungry for it, you know?
How do you memorize all that dialogue? Because I was watching some clips and
I have a teleprompter.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, bitch.
Oh, I didn't know that, because you were like boom, boom. But it didn't look like you were staring at the.
Yeah, I'm good at the teleprompter's like on the camera, and you get really good at like not looking like you're reading.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts of all the years of struggling to finally book something like this? Like, I mean, what did your parents? What was their reaction?
It's just been so exciting. Like I think, excuse me, the champagne. I think it was cool to see all the people that I've worked with saying really nice stuff. That was like the coolest part. People like that you've worked with, like from, you know, people that you've done a commercial with like 8 years ago, people that you've done pilots with, people that you've done stand-up with, like how sweet everybody was. Like everybody was very supportive. And
right.
It was cool. And I would be talking shit about TV shows anyway. So the fact that I'm getting paid for it, I'm like, what? You know?
Yeah. What about your folks?
They're psyched.
What was their reaction?
Well, I told my dad and I told my dad back in June or something and he was like, ah. But you know, the craziest part was
they showed the trip in Brazil. That's what you're going to say, right?
Yeah, my family.
Let's talk about that because not only are they showing it in Brazil, you start doing stand-up in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see all the Brazilian, the week that I came out, we were already in quarantine, but it was cool to see all the Brazilian people being like, ah, blah, blah, you know, like I'm like, ah, and then hearing the titles in my name in Portuguese when they were like, Jade Catta-Preta. I was like, I cried. The Brazilian commercial is really funny. I'll send it to you for you to play.
How does that work? Is there like subtitles or there's subtitles?
Yeah.
So that means your fan base is growing in Brazil as we speak.
Yeah, we're in Brazil, South America, Africa, France, Germany, and Canada.
I mean, that's
5 episodes, Steve. Only 5 episodes now.
No, there's going to be more.
I hope so.
This is just the start, I feel like, too, with you.
Oh, I hope so.
You're just getting your feet wet with this, right?
My feet are so wet.
Because I remember back then you were grinding. Audition, audition, audition. You got close. Audition, audition. Got closer. Audition. But the thing about you is that what I admire and I respect is you're always persistent and you never gave up.
Thanks, man.
You know, I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you have any words of advice to someone, I mean, once this is over, someone who wants to pursue like the same trajectory as you? Like
if you want to do comedy, I would say like figure out if you're good at anything else and then do that. And then don't do comedy.
Right. What about like, how do you, what's your advice as far as?
No, I'm kidding.
What's your advice as far as staying focused and auditioning and getting better at that?
Well, you know, like I always say, this is a cheesy way that I say it. It's like acting and pursuing this industry is like planting seeds. You know, like it's like planting and harvesting a field of flowers. Like flowers aren't going to grow right away. You kind of have to tend to the garden for a long time. And every once in a while, like a flower will pop up and it'll be like, and it'll remind you of the work that you're doing and how you're like really ultimately trying to get a full garden together. And that takes time. And sometimes it takes a few more years than others. But you have to keep tending the garden. You can never walk away from it. You can never give up on it. Even if you have a year where no flowers grow, because, you know, so I think that's the way I think about it. Like always tend to your little flower garden and eventually like enough people will quit that you'll make it.
Now, does that have to do with joke writing too and writing as well? Like,
I'm not really like, honestly, I don't think I'm actually a very good joke writer. I think I'm a lot better in the moment. And like I'm more reactively funny than like, I don't know, scriptedly funny. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, I have a hard time kind of deciding what I want to do. Structure is really hard for me. Like I like being in the moment. That's what kind of makes me horny about stand up. So. Yeah.
What's the main thing you miss about doing stand-up? Is it just the interaction or the community? Like, what are you missing?
The energy. I miss seeing my comic friends and like laughing and being around my comic friends. I miss traveling. Like, I love traveling to different cities. Like, I love the whole thing. I just miss like the interaction, like that feeling, the energy that you get, like that adrenaline that you get. But like, I have to admit, like, I don't miss the everyday pressure that I was feeling.
What do you mean by that?
Like I had acid reflux really bad. We've talked about this, like really, really bad acid reflux. And like, I don't have it anymore. Like I changed my eating habits a lot, but I think it was like the stress.
Now, are you more stressed now or back then?
Back then.
But you're not stressed at all right now, right?
No, nothing. I'm like, if I miss my Zumba class, that's kind of stressful, but that's as stressful as it gets. And I mean, it's stressful because of the overwhelming, like what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. But besides that, like, I don't really have daily pressures. Like I like the quality of life that I finally have for myself.
Right. Oh, how long do you think this shit's going to last? Because it's kind of getting to me a lot now. I'm getting more pissed off.
I'm getting pissed off this week too. I feel you.
I'm irritable right now.
Me too. I've had a couple, I had a nice week.
What was that?
I had a nice week. Like I had some distractions, but like I think after tomorrow, it'll be really, really tough for me. But it's about building things every day that you want to do. Like before you go to bed, set a time to go to bed, and maybe go this whole week, I'm going to bed at the same time every week, because it only takes your body 3 to 4 days to kind of neutralize to the new thing and get used to it.
I can't even sleep normally. I need sleep aids.
I know.
So
melatonin?
What was that?
Are you taking melatonin?
No, I'm taking just
Your place looks so cute though. The stickers look so good. What's that?
It's allergy pills, but it has the diphen.
That's why you're not going to bed, honey. That's an uppie.
This is the same ingredient that's in my sleeping aids, though.
But I thought that I feel like allergy meds wake me up. I think that that stuff that you put in your nose, what's that called? Flonase?
Yeah.
It's like crack.
Right.
I was like washing my shower with a toothbrush when I took it.
Really?
Yeah. I was like cracked out. I was like cracked out and shit. I was like scrubbing my floor and stuff. Like.
Yeah. You know when because Bob and Kalila brought me and my mom to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Recently. And dude, so I was sleeping at like 10 p.m., getting up at 8 a.m. naturally. Like I was getting up with the
because you're getting sun, you're wasting energy, you're in the water all day. Like you got to do stuff that exhausts you. You got to like get tired. Like you got to go on a long walk with the dog, really long walk.
That's what's missing is I'm not doing physical activity. I'm just stuck in my cave.
But you can just put a mask on and walk with the dog around the neighborhood and not touch anybody. You can
do you think I should get a bike or something?
Yes, get like a cheap bike. That would be the best.
And just go down.
Dude, get one of your fans out there to send you a dope bike.
Okay, so let's put that energy out right now. Go ahead. Can you make this public service announcement?
Yes.
For the Steebee Weebee fans out there watching. Go ahead. I want you to do a commercial. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey guys, do you feel like you want to do a good deed? Do you feel like you want to help one of your favorite people, one of those people that always makes you smile? Well, you can right now. Oh, not right now. It's kind of late. But if you feel like you want to, you have an extra bike or you have a connection to somebody that might get a really cheap bike, let us know, because that would make Steve's life so much easier, so much better. So you can send it over, and guess what? Whoever does send the bike will get a guest appearance on the Steebee Weebee Show. And I might even come by and say hello and thank you and give you a kiss on the cheek after this whole thing's over, so we don't change terms.
So with that being said, send your bicycle, BMX, mountain bike, whatever, to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. That was beautiful.
Beautiful. I feel like that's going to be a good thing for you.
We're almost done. That was easy, right?
You got to walk. You know what? If you take Santa Monica on Doheny, you can take that whole walk. It's free. There's not a lot of people there.
Can I tell you a scary story? When I walked to 7-Eleven at night on a side street?
What happened?
There's these people squatting. There's this really big black guy standing there just looking at me, and he goes, I ought to beat your ass. And I didn't have any kind of protection. And I was so scared because like his homie was standing on the corner, and then I shouldn't have looked, but I kind of looked in there, and you could tell they kind of like they were squatting. It was like an abandoned house.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got a knife now, but just because it's scary.
There's a lot. The homeless issue in LA is very sad right now too, because it's like tripled since the quarantine. It feels like there's just tents everywhere,
and people are desperate.
They got nothing to lose. That's what makes it scary. They don't give a fuck if they get arrested or if they something happens.
Or they break in. You
gotta be careful.
Yeah. So yeah, just now I try not to go out at night and stuff.
Okay, how about this? Every day during the day, you have to go on an hour-long walk.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing that, or I'm gonna start skateboarding again. I miss
during the day. Oh yeah, dude. That's perfect.
No, but it's like all the parks are closed. I don't know. It's kind of.
I know, but you got to go explore a little. I know that you can do it safely and not bother anybody. Like there are that I go to. Like I go to Echo Park Lake probably every other day, and I like it there. It's open enough, and there's stuff in Hollywood that you can walk to. Like you can even go say, I'm going to walk to the Comedy Store and back, but it has to be during the day. Walk.
That's a good distance.
Go say hi to my billboard.
Oh yeah, I could just
go say hi, high five my crotch, go back home. But like, just say every day this week, I'm going to do that.
Every day. You know, I wish there was stuff that guys could do on Zoom where it's like physical, like, you know.
There are.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
there's a kickboxing class that I do that's really good. And I'm just like this in my living room.
And there's dudes on there?
Yeah, there's a dude that teaches it, and then it's mostly dudes in the class. It's really hard circuit training.
How do you find this stuff?
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Angel City Boxing is the place that I do it.
Okay. I wanted to end it with this. I wanted to, if there's anything you're looking forward to after this quarantine, I want you to like talk about those things, as well as maybe let's plug the soup and where fans could watch and support the soup.
Definitely.
As well as any kind of stuff online that you have, or your website or stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we have 5 episodes that are out. If you haven't seen it, please do catch up. You can watch it on the soup or NBC.com or on my Instagram. And yeah, check out my Instagram. I took a week off of socials, but I'm back on starting.
Why did you do that?
I needed a little break. I just kind of wanted to be in my own little universe.
Right.
And I was like a little anxious, but then I've come back and it's like nobody's done anything different. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. Can we talk about what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Jade Catta-Preta. My full name. It's real long.
To my viewers, a lot of my viewers might be high right now.
Jade, Jade, like Mortal Kombat, and then Catta-Preta, CATTA-PRETA.
What about your website? Any merch that you're selling right now?
Oh, I wish. I actually was just making merch because I had a tour that I was about to go on.
Yes, you did.
I did like 2 dates out of my 20 dates, and then we went into quarantine. But I do have some merch coming up in June that's going to be coming out. It's really dope. I really like it.
Where could they go to get this fabulous merch?
Jade-Catta-Preta.com. Jade-Catta-Preta.com.
So it's all Jade Catta-Preta. Look at
my name.
Google it. Did you want to give any shout outs right now, or like
a shout out to you? And I'm going to be checking in on you, making sure you're going on walks. Hi to your girlfriend, who's such a sweetie.
I love my girl.
Did I tell you that I ran into her at her job? I ran into her at her job.
I know. She told me she was hyped to see you.
I'm so excited to see her. And yeah, just a shout out to everybody who's at home, and all the people who are out there still working. And I'm sorry to everyone who's lost someone. And
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, and I hope that we get out of this shit soon, dude.
If my brother were here right now, 3 things you would say to him.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet.
5.
Yeah, that's 5. Okay, so just stay with me when I do these announcements, just so I can make my video longer.
Should I be topless for this?
No, you don't have to, because I want to be able to air this. I don't want to get demonetized. Okay, so you can do what I'm not going to look. So thanks to my patrons on Patreon. The newest ones are Keith T, Dr. Daystrom, Richard Pritchard, and Cynic. My Patreon is at patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. If you want to help support this show, become a patron. I have a website, SteebeeWeebeeShow.com. Go there to get merch or a shirt. I also have my latest music project, Ode to My Pops, is at SteebieWeebeeBandcamp.com. There's a music video out on my YouTube channel, Goodbye Balloon. And now, I love you, Jade. Thanks.
I love you.
I'm so proud of you. I love you. I'm seriously rooting for you. Now it's time for Little Ray's World. Welcome to Little Ray's World Show. All I gotta say is kids' minds must grow. I got abducted by some aliens and dropped in snow. Whoa. Stuck into a world I do not know. So join me in adventures now. And I promise not to have a cow. My name is
is Little Ray. Hey, hey. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey, hey. So welcome to my world. To all the boys and girls. Welcome to Little Ray's world. Hee-haw!
What the hell is this, Beep? Looks like a goddamn butt plug, man. Hey, can you speak, man? Oh, God. So, hold up. Let me see if I understood what you just said, man. You're a white guy named Doug. You got into prison and you got matched up with the Woods because you're a white guy. And what happened that first day in jail, man? So correct me if I'm wrong. The first day your cellie said, stick this butt plug in your butt because you're going to be the guy that's going to stick drugs in your ass? Yeah, basically. And then so you never had anything put up your butt and you bled to death on the prison floor there and you died, didn't you? Yeah, man. So now, ooh, smells kind of pooey. Now you became a butt plug. Me and Beep won't mess with you, but please keep your distance, son, because it smells kind of like poo around here. Me and Beep wrote a song about you, Doug, and it goes like this, man. This one's about Doug the butt plug, folks. Listen carefully. I'm not trying to judge this butt plug. Where's the love? Doug had gone to jail, betrayed through a grudge, and his cellie made him put a plug straight up his butt. You're gonna put these drugs inside your anus, you young buck. You have no other choice, man, you're down with the Woods. Doug had shed a tear, yep, straight where he stood, thinking about his neighborhood and his boyhood gone. Doug had bled to death out his booty hole at dawn. Blood had stained the prison floors, the rain poured down. Poor Doug is a plug, the plane that he will trudge. It smells like poo fudge, a smell that Beep ain't fond of. Can he chill and eat and be with us? None of the above. Doug needs a hug, but you better wear some gloves. Poor Doug the butt plug, poor Doug the butt plug. It smells like poo. Join us in about 2 weeks or so for another episode of Little Ray's World, man. Make sure you go to www.steebeeweebeshow.com and pick yourself up a little shirt or something. Let's get her done.